They come in pints. I'm getting old. What's going on? I wasn't actually going to do a this week's bullshit on Far From Home, but somebody actually bought me some alcohol, and I was like, what do I do when I drink? I make videos. That's what I do. I drink and I make videos. So, little 8th Ward Strut by New Orleans Nightcrawlers. Been all about the NOLA Jazz since I fucking went there, so it continues. The obsession with New Orleans Jazz continues. Just can't get enough of it. Far From Home. I liked it. I did. I actually liked the movie. Do you like my compression shirt? I'm huge! No, whatever. It's just a compression shirt. But anyway, alright, well, I wasn't kinky go nuts about it. Let me put it that way. It was alright. It was good. I enjoyed myself. Jake Gyllenhaal, he did his fucking thing, so I was happy about that. You know, he always does his thing. And, you know, the way they handled Mysterio was pretty fucking great. His illusion scenes, the illusion scenes were fucking crazy. They were out of control. I feel like there's a lot to unpack in those illusion scenes, so I can't wait for it to actually come out on digital so I can, like, you know, pause it a bunch of times just to see what the fuck is going on in here, you know? So that was pretty awesome. I mean, it's been like a month since I've seen the movie, so I've really actually had a chance to fucking, you know, sit back and think on it. But, and the more I thought about it, the more I actually enjoyed it. I'm just not crazy about the casting for everything, but, I don't know. Well, let's get into that later. Whatever, later. I don't really want to make this a long video. I'm just going to say a couple words about it, and then I'm going to go into some Comic-Con shit. Like I said, ooh, that's going to give me heartburn tomorrow. But fuck it. The illusions. The illusions were probably the best part of the movie, other than, I don't know, there was some, you know, Spider-Man flying around the city at the end, you know. I really hate it when they take Spider-Man out of New York City. I've just always, I would never make a Spider-Man movie any place other than New York. It's just how I am. So, you know, seeing him in DC in the first one and running across the fucking golf course. Thanks for that. Needed that. I'm sitting back one day and I'm thinking to myself, you know what we need? You know what I need in my life? I need Spider-Man running across the golf course. It wasn't as funny as y'all thought it was going to be. It was just like, okay, why isn't he swinging from building to building to building? You know, we didn't get any of that. We haven't gotten really any of that except for the little bit that they gave us at the end of Far From Home. So I'm looking forward to that. I mean, because after all, some of the best parts of Spider-Man for me is seeing those fucking iconic poses when he's letting go in the air and just fucking doing his thing, you know? But fucking, what else? What else did I like? Aunt May, you dirty, 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 dirty whore, and I mean that in the best possible way. It was so funny when Peter was asking him what's going on, and she was like, "That's summer fling. It's just a summer fling. It's just something to do, you know." I was bored this summer, and there was happy, so like it. It's just like a little awkward almost, but yeah. I wasn't really prepared for this. I didn't even write off all that much because I actually wasn't planning on making this video. But all right, the side casting. Even though I understand that Sony is trying to potentially hang on to the rights to use, like, I guess Ben Parker and all right, whatever. He's trying to use Uncle Ben. He's trying to use the old man Aunt May, and I guess the real Flash Thompson, who is like a, not a nerdy geek, but like a jock type. They're saving that. I didn't understand that. And somebody tries to. I still don't really understand the rights, and somebody might actually have to try to spell it out for me. I know there was a video on it, but it doesn't make that much sense to me that they can use they can use Aunt May. But if they use Aunt May and she's the old Aunt May, then they'd lose the rights to old Aunt May to Marvel. Whereas if they use the younger Aunt May, then they can reserve the right to use old Aunt May later if Sony somehow hangs on to the rights for Spider-Man. If I'm getting that right. If I'm getting it right. It's all so confusing. But that being said, I'm still not. I don't care. I don't care about your business problems. I don't give a shit. All right. It bothers me that Mary Jane isn't Mary Jane, and I don't care what she looks like, but she's Mary Jane Watson. At least make her name right. But I guess I understand if they use Mary Jane Watson, then they lose Mary Jane Watson to Marvel. It's a very strange loophole that's going on with the contract and the rights for these characters. So that being said, I kind of get why they did what they did, but I'm just not crazy about the supporting cast. I've grown to like Ned, but Flash was a little bit better in this movie, but I didn't hate him as much. But still, in the first one, he was horrible. But I actually thought he was funnier in this one than he was in the first one. So that was a little bit better. The romance between Peter and MJ not working at all. It's just not working for me. There are parts that work, but parts that really don't work. So I don't know. I'm not really buying that one either. So they just didn't sell the on-screen. They didn't sell the on-screen chemistry to me. That's all there is to that. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about it. Like I said, it was good, but I wasn't kinky go nuts about it. It was good though, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again. It was better than the first one. I thought definitely better than the first one. A lot of people were complaining about the shadow of Tony Stark. I get why they're doing what they did with that. I understand that, but I do prefer a storyline where Peter's more of a solo act, and he's got to figure all this shit out on his own. Part of his character's charm is the loneliness of it. He's by himself with this, and he's got to figure it out. And he's a pretty fucking smart dude, and he can. This is like a heavy reliance upon Tony Stark and his technology, for that matter. But I don't know. That's all I got to say about it. Okay, it's a good movie. You should go see it if you can. I don't know if it's out there or not anymore, but it might not be. Who knows? Might be. Who knows? I don't know. Everybody's. I'm kind of gearing up for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. To be honest with you, I can't wait to see that movie. That's coming out this weekend, and I'm not going to be on call. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Get to be off call for 2 whole fucking weeks. I can't wait, because this page rotation has been utter and complete fucking hell. I worked from 8 a.m. in the morning until 10:30 p.m. on Sunday night, just running and fixing freaking air conditioners. Good times. And then I got home, and when I got home, my fucking air conditioner was fucking broken. So I was hot as hell from working outside in 100 degree weather all day, and then I had to come home and fix my shit. Fun. Anyway, what else we got? All right, Comic-Con weekend. What were the big reveals? Lady Thor. I'm actually looking forward to it, but spoiler alert, right? Nobody wanted to say that. I gotta say that half the fucking fun of reading the Lady Thor comics was guessing, trying to figure out who she was. Like who was Thor. So that mystery is answered up front. There's not going to be any surprises there. So. Okay. But one thing I am looking forward to is in the comics, instead of like a linear, like, Thor is like, he uses Mjolnir. forward throw, get it back, twist it, go in the air, you know? And that's just how he does shit. And in the comics, she's able to whip that thing and make it go all over the fucking place. So I'm kind of curious to see if they adapt the difference between the way Thor uses Mjolnir and the difference between the way Jane Foster is going to use Mjolnir. And if they incorporate that into the movie, then I'll be pretty happy. And it's actually not a bad read. I actually enjoyed all that shit. So, other than that, I don't know. Horror. Whoever came up with horror was instead of Thor, it's horror. Quite simply. Oh God. Listen, I'm all about the humor, so no offense to anybody, but it's just the simple jokes are usually the best jokes. We shall change the name from Thor, since it's the female, to simply whore. Hey, get offended if you want to, but it's fucking clever. All right. Anyway, Picard. Looking forward to Picard, definitely, for sure. That's the other thing. And Supergirl wears the pantsuits now instead of the skirt. All right. Okay. They all seem to be very excited about these pantsuits, too. Everybody's like, thank God we don't have to wear the skirt anymore. It's so sexist. It's because skirts are sexist, I guess. You know what? If you think about anything too fucking long, everything is fucking sexist. So, but whatever. Do I prefer her in a skirt? Yes, because I'm male and I'd rather see legs. But that's just me. Call me a simple fucking perverted old man if you want to. Hell, even if you don't want to, call me one. But yeah, crossover event for CW looks like it's actually getting interesting. And what's funny though is a lot of people are actually commenting on how interesting the crossover actually seems, and none of them are watching these shows anymore. I have actually continued to put myself through the torture of watching these shit shows. This season of Supergirl was a lot better than last season. They went too in your face with all the fucking, social points they want to make. Is it just me, or do you hate in your fictional stories that you consume too much social issues being stuffed into it? I mean, in your face. Doesn't that bother you at all? Does it bother you? Because when I watch my fiction, I'm trying to forget about, like, the world and stuff, so I don't really want to be sucked back into it by having to, follow a plot line that basically just pokes at everything that's going on right now. Digs at Trump, digs at this, digs at that. And I'm not Trump, I wouldn't say I'm a Trump supporter. I'm not, I didn't vote for him, but at the same time, the more you poke him with the stick, the more you're just ratifying whatever. You know what? I don't even want to get into it. I'm not here to talk about politics, motherfuckers. And I almost got sucked into it. This is what happens when they just shove social issues into your shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't like it when listen, I don't mind if you're trying to make a point with something, but you know what? Make it something that I have to unravel. Make it a mystery. Make it something that I actually have to peel apart like a freaking onion. Then at least if I work a little bit for it, I see what they were going for there. And then I think, okay, at least they went about it in a way that you had to really fucking think about it. And then once you think about it and it dawns on you and all that shit, you're like, the point actually gets driven home because you've been thinking about it and analyzing it. That makes sense. I don't know. But, to just point blank say, sexism is wrong, like, it's like, hey, yeah, we know that. It's kind of like when they were making all those, Bill Burr was talking about that when you're making all those NFL videos with the NFL players saying no more, no more, no more. Like the wife beaters at home are actually watching the TV going, oh, you know what? They make a good point. I'm going to stop beating the shit out of my wife. Those people are horrible people. They're going to be fucking horrible people. In the commercial, a commercial with a bunch of famous people telling you to stop doing it is not going to stop some fucking scumbag from beating the shit out of his wife. It's just not, because he's an asshole. And he's not going to stop being a fucking asshole because of a 30-second TV spot. So, anyway, that's all. Dude, fuck it. That's it. That's all I got. Looking forward to this weekend's fucking festivities. I can't wait to go see that shit. I can't wait to go see Quentin Tarantino's film. Because this one actually looks like it's going to be pretty fucking good. Um, Actually, you know what? I liked, besides Hateful Eight, which actually has grown on me a little bit, but I don't really rewatch it that much. Everything else has been killer for me. There was that one. I keep on forgetting which one it is that there's a Quentin Tarantino movie I still haven't seen yet. I think it's Jackie Brown. I think that's the only one that I haven't seen, and I'm not sure why. I just never did it. I just did. I'm not sure if it's good or not. I think somebody said it wasn't that good, and so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna watch it. But I've been okay with the rest of them, except for Kill Bill 2. I like the first one because it's kung fu. I like kung fu. The Marvel slate, there's still much goodness to unpack that I don't even want to get into it. Thank you for Blade. Thank you very much. I'm very, very okay with Mahershala Ali as Blade. I'm probably saying his name wrong. Right. Mahershala Ali? Mahershala Ali? Not sure on how to say his first name. I'll figure it out. I'll get it right. I'm happy about that. I think he needs to be, he's a little thin, he needs to, but he's certainly tall enough. That's for sure. That was one thing that we were spoiled with as far as Wesley Snipes is concerned, because he looked like he just kind of came out of the womb looking like fucking Blade. He's just got that fucking, he's fucking stacked. He just owned it, and he owned that shit. He just owned it. So, I'm happy. I'm happy Blade's coming back. They didn't say whether or not it was going to be a film or a television series, but based on the actor that they've cast and the way that Kevin Feige speaks of him, I'm assuming this is going to be a feature film. I almost would have preferred a series so we could really dig into it. Just really fucking get into fucking Blade. But that's okay. That's okay. Disney Plus coming out next. What is it? 2020? Was it next year or 2021? Summer 21? I forget the dates. I know Disney Plus streaming service is coming out. And I have a funny feeling that everybody's going to wind up subscribing to this service once it comes out. Only because I think Disney is just watching the rest of these streaming services do shit and fail at it, and then they're going to be like, okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to wait, and we're going to just fucking launch this shit, fucking perfect. We're going to give people a shit ton of content, and just, that's just how I feel about it. I think it's going to be worth the money. I think everybody's going to be all in as soon as it happens. They might actually come up to this thing where we're just going to be like, you know what, fuck it. We're going to just, I'm going to cancel all my streaming services in favor of this one. But anyway, that's all I got to say, people. I love you all. Do something good for yourself. Do something good for somebody else. Peace and hair grease.